Hey guys, how y'all doing? Sorry I haven't uploaded in a while. I'm gonna be honest, I've been kind of a little inconsistent with the recording videos and making content. I've just kind of been a little in my head recently. Right now I'm outside in the parking lot of a school. I kind of wanted to change the scenery. I wanted to just switch it up a little bit, give you guys a different scenery. Right now I have my camera that's on my car right now, but I just wanted to really switch the scenery up. So this is new to me. Honestly, I'm gonna be honest. This is a new experience making content outside, because I feel like people are gonna watch me as I record this video. But honestly, fuck it. Like I'm just gonna say what I need to say. So I've noticed something recently that's been happening, and it's something I want to share with you guys. So I'm a big fan of the UFC. I love watching the UFC. I've been watching it since 2021. It's something that I've really grown to love. It's a combat sport that I've really watched and I've really liked, and it's just very entertaining. The sport's a very entertaining sport. It's really more about the person trying their hardest to become champion and them trying to achieve that goal of being champion. And I noticed that's really relatable, how people put their whole life into wanting to become champion. Well, at least the fighters, they fight from, a young age. They fight from, 10, 12 years old when they're in middle school. And, it's a beautiful thing that people, are not fortunate to have the money that they have to grind to want to get to the top of the sport. And I think it's so beautiful that the champions put their all into it. They put years and years of dedication into it, and it's something that I really admire. That I'm like, wow, these guys put their all into the sport. They 24/7, like they will not stop until they're a champion. But where I'm trying to head with this video is the ones that do become champion and the ones that achieve their goals, they stay at the top. I realized with this past year has been a year of upsets. This year, one of my favorite fighters, Ilia Topuria, recently lost his fight against Justin Gaethje. Another fighter that was very popular, Hamza Chimaev, also defeated as well, lost his belt. And I think at the end of the year, another fighter, Merab Dvalishvili, lost his belt to Peter Yan. And I think it's kind of crazy how people were idolizing these guys. These guys they're the next thing. They cannot be beaten. They were just unstoppable. But I think it shows that even though these guys were at the top, there's always somebody that's gonna dethrone them. You can never stay at the top, because these guys were undefeated. They weren't beaten in years. These guys were looked at as, basically like perfect. These guys were looked at as nobody will ever defeat them, that they will leave on top. And that's kind of the hard reality, is that sometimes God will bring you down and make you human again. And that's what I realized, is that these guys, they're human. There's no person that's gonna stay at the top. There's no person that's they're gonna stay undefeated forever. And it just shows a valuable lesson that, these guys that people idolize, that, and it's not even just UFC fighters. It could be like reality stars. It could be, sports superstars. It could be like football players, basketball players, any person you could think of that's on the top. There's always going to be a hard reality where they reach something in life that hits them and they go to the bottom. They hit rock bottom. And it's kind of a thing that people don't realize, is that, they always see the top and they always think that, oh, I'm going to stay at the top. and that nothing will ever bring them down. But sometimes life will humble you, and it will bring you down to earth. Because sometimes people like to idolize certain people. They like to make them seem like they will never lose, or they will never reach that level of, being that low. And it's not even, to say anything bad about them, because I think that that people. Please tell me this guy's not gonna come in here. Sorry guys, there's a freaking car right here. Why is this car just stuck right here? Why is he stopped right here? Okay, good. So I think it's kind of crazy how people really idolize these guys, and they make them seem invincible when that's not the case. That people do come down to earth, that they are human. So I think it's a good lesson for people that idolize certain people and they make them seem like they're gods, when in reality that they're not gods, that they're normal people. They're people like you and me. And it's just something to think about, because the next time you see somebody and you always think that they're untouchable, that they can't be beaten, or they'll stay on top forever. That's not really the case. So I just think it's a learning experience for everybody, for the fighters, for people. Because then sometimes people end up switching up. They'll switch up and they'll be like, oh, this person was never good because they lost. And it's kind of a realization that people only like you when you're at the top, or when you're seem like an untouchable being. But yeah, I don't know. I think it's a learning experience for everybody, the fighters, for people. So yeah, I just kind of wanted to come on here and just talk about that, because I've been noticing a trend with the recent fighters that have been fighting, and not even just the recent ones that have been fighting and they seemed untouchable, but even like the GOATs of the sports, sometimes they even seem untouchable too, and then they are out of their prime, and people are like, oh, he was never that good, he's washed. So it's kind of a crazy thing how people, they start switching up, when you're at the top, and they were like, oh yeah, he's untouchable, nobody can ever compare to this level, and then boom, they're nothing. So I just wanted this video to kind of be about how people and just these people that everybody idolizes, that they shouldn't idolize them as like an untouchable being, because they will fall hard. Because the more you're at the top, the harder you're gonna fall. And I just, something that I've seen, and I don't know, I just wanted to share the word of what I've been thinking about. And I've just seen a lot of things in sports, and a lot of things in just a lot about life. When you're at the top, you'll just feel untouchable, but then you kind of have a rude awakening of something hitting you, and it's gonna hit you hard. It's gonna hit you really, really hard, and you're gonna hit rock bottom. But that's the thing about us people, us humans, is that even though we hit rock bottom, there's only one way to go, and it's back up. So I just want this video just to be about not idolizing yourself as untouchable, because that's going to be a reality where you're going to realize that when you meet that thing, or you meet that person, or you just meet something that's going to hit you, and it's going to hit you hard, and you won't be at the top anymore. So yeah guys, I just wanted this video just to be about that. I hope y'all could take something from it, and yeah, I hope y'all enjoy this video. I'm trying to be more consistent. I'm out here at the park, or the parking lot, so I'm gonna try to be more consistent with the videos, because I feel like I've been a little inconsistent. My last video was like 12 days ago. That's almost a week. So yeah, hopefully y'all like these videos, and I'll keep going, try to talk about topics, and try to talk about things that we could all relate to. So hopefully y'all enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.